Thank you for tuning into OptionGig, and in this episode, we're gonna talk about the whole process of how to get your account enabled for option trading. So, if you are just starting on your journey for option trading, there's a lot of information that you will find useful for you when you're starting to talk to brokers for enabling your account for options trading. So, don't go anywhere. Stay here right with me and we'll dive into the whole steps, all the 9 yards after the music. Welcome back. So it's time to get started on to the option trading journey, and the first step that you encounter when you're starting on that journey is enabling your current brokerage account that you have been using for stock trading for options trading. So how to get that enabled for options trading is what we're going to go through in this episode. All right, first let's understand this process. So for you to enable your account into for option trading, you need to fill up an option trading agreement, and also FINRA requires brokers to know their customers. So they want to go through a KYC process. Now to get to know you better, there will be some sort of a questionnaire that could be embedded in the option trading agreement, or the questionnaire could be separate one. Essentially, the brokers want to know little more about you in terms of what's your financial position and what's your trading experience and what do you want to do with your option trading account. What are your goals? Are you conservative? Are you growth? Are you speculative? Etc. Now, this information is important. So you have to make sure that you fill this information to best of your judgment, because they will use this information to assign you to a particular trading level, and that trading level will determine what type of option strategies you can do in your account. I had spoken to 5 brokers and realized that there is no set guidelines on what level should have what option trading strategy approved. Each broker follow their own process. Some broker have 3 levels of trading privileges, some brokers have 5 levels of trading privileges, but I think there is a common theme, there is a common thread that runs across all these brokers. In this episode, I'll go through what I feel will be useful for you irrespective of which broker you go with for your option trading. So let's first talk about option trading levels. So levels kind of a change between broker to broker because there is no specific guideline on this one from SEC or from FINRA. So generally there are 4 levels of trading, but I've also seen some brokers with 3 levels and some brokers with 5 levels of option trading privileges. Now, in this episode, I'm gonna cover assuming that there are 4 levels of option trading privileges because that's what seem to be more prevalent. Okay, so let's talk about level 1. Now level 1, most of the brokers will allow, almost all brokers will allow you to do covered call option trading strategy. It means if you are assigned level 1 privilege, only thing you can do is to do a covered call in that. Some broker, not all, may allow you to do cash secured put also. Now, because you are just starting on option trading, brokers want to make sure that they only allow you the trades which will not blow your account. So they want to contain the risk also. And hence, if you are doing a covered call, it means you're already holding the stock in your account. There is no additional risk that you are taking. There is no additional capital that is involved in doing covered call. So this is the very basic option trading strategy, and the mostly used option trading strategies from newbie traders who are moving from purely stock trading to option trading. Okay. Now, if your broker is also allowing cash secured put, great. But like I said, some brokers allow, some brokers do not. Now let's talk of level 2. So level 2 is nothing but level 1, that is covered call plus cash secured put, and they also allow you to buy call options, buy put options, or any combination of buying strategies. Now they will allow you to do a cash secured put, because cash secured put means you need to have capital in your account against which you can sell a put, and that capital gets blocked for it, and that is why some broker only allow it in level 2. And they will allow buying call option and buying put option, or buying a combination of it in a single trade. For example, buying a strangle or buying a straddle, which is nothing but buying a call and a put together in a single trade. Now, when you buy a call or buy a put, your maximum risk is already defined. You've already paid the premium to buy a call and to buy a put. There is no more risk involved in it. And that is why brokers are trying to transition you into options trading without taking huge risk. When you buy a call and you buy a put, you know upfront what your risk is. And only if you have capital available to buy a call or a put, you will be able to execute that trade, and then there is no further risk involved. That's why brokers do allow buy call and buy put as a stand-alone option trading strategies for level 2. This is the most basic level that they allow. Now, if you have been following me, you would know that I do not like this, because over years of trading options, I know that buying options is not a winning strategy. And this is my pet peeve with financial institutions, is that in order to cover the risk that they may be exposed to, they are forcing you into an option trading strategy, which is not a winning strategy. So what could happen is a newbie trader is now doing the trades which we know statistically do not make money on a long term, and would get frustrated and would blame that the options don't work. But this is what it is. I mean, all the brokers, they just want to cover their risk, because remember, brokers are liable to make the agreement whole if you are not able to make it. They execute the trades on your behalf, but if you are not able to cover your positions, brokers are liable for that. Secondly, they also want to cover their back so that you don't make a trade that you do not understand and later on you come back to sue them. So they are constraining you for doing some of the other option trading strategies which are known to make more money in a long term. They are not allowing you to do it because that means it also involves more risk, and they are not willing to take that risk if you are just starting in an option trading. Okay. All right, but this is level 2. Now in level 3, that option trading privileges include everything till level 2. Additionally, they will allow you to sell call spreads, put spreads, and any other strategies which have spreads involved. Now, when you are doing spreads, means you are taking limited amount of risk. Your risk is limited. And that is why in level 3, now the brokers want you, and they allow you to graduate from just buying strategies to selling strategies, but with a very defined risk profile. It would also include the little more complex trading strategies like iron condor, iron fly, because all of them are defined risk. In my opinion, you should not rest until you get level 3 enabled in your account. This is the minimum level that you should aim for if you want to trade options long term. And you may not get this level approval in your first call with your broker, but don't give up. Later on, we will see what could you do to enhance your chances of getting level 3, and what are some of the tips and tricks that you can use to continue push your broker house to give you higher level of approval. Okay, but in my opinion, this is the basic minimum level that you should have to really start trading options seriously. Now let's talk about level 4. Level 4 will have everything that's in level 3, plus they will also allow you to do naked calls and naked puts, and the trades that are combination of naked calls and naked puts. For example, naked strangles, naked straddles. So this is the highest level of option trading privilege. Now some broker houses might have level 5 in which they allow index options on indices. They don't allow option on indices on level 4, but they may have a separate level for allowing naked calls and put on indices. But if it is not mentioned as level 5, means in level 4 you got that privilege. But this is the highest level of privilege. Our ultimate goal should be to get to the top level. Even if you are not doing naked calls and naked puts because your risk profile is not suited for it, it's okay. Just keep this level 4 in your toolbox. There is no harm in having all the tools in our toolbox, whether we need it right now or not. So aim for level 4. Don't settle for anything less than level 3. That would be my guidance here. Okay. Now let's go through how these broker houses determine on what option trading privileges should they assign. Like I had said earlier, when you file your application for enabling option trading, broker houses will ask you some questions around your financial health, your financial information, and also around your investment objective, investment goals. So maybe let's quickly go through some of those questions and then we'll see how best we should answer them. Some of the questions related to financial information could be: what's your annual income? What's your approximate net worth? And liquid net worth means that can be easily converted into cash. It could be like stocks or CDs in the bank, etc. Now, banks want to know this information, not that they want to report and match it with IRS. No, that's not their objective. And they can't verify this information anyway, but they want to know this information to understand if they give you certain option trading privileges, do you earn enough money to cover for a margin call or to cover for the risk just in case that risk materializes? Do you have other assets that you can use to cover for any loss that might happen in your option trading account? That does not mean that your option trading account is going to lose money, but the broker firm have to consider these scenarios before they can approve you for a particular option trading level. Remember, broker firms are on the hook to make sure that the contract or the option trading contract that you have bought or sold, you are making those contracts whole. You are doing what you committed to do. So if you don't do it, broker will do it on your behalf. they want to make sure that they can recover everything from you. So that's why they want to know this information. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should fudge this information or lie on this information, but just understand what's the purpose behind them asking the information, and then you answer this question to best of your ability. Okay. Now, second set of questions would be related to your investment objective. Means, how much risk are you willing to take with this account? Why you want to have this account? Are you doing it for conservation of capital, or are you opening this account for growing your portfolio, or are you aggressively want to grow your portfolio? What type of risk you are willing to take? Are you a conservative person or a speculative on the other spectrum? What's your secondary investment objective? Right? How much liquidity do you need to have in this account? Do you need the money in this account within next 3 months for some other event? Or the money that you're putting in this account, you really don't need it for, next 1 year? What's the investment horizon for this account? Is it less than 1 year, or, more than 10 years, more than 15 years? So these are the type of questions that will give some insight into broker. So these questions give some insight to the broker firm to understand what really you want to do with your portfolio. And based on that, they will assign you option trading privilege. Say if you're telling them that you're very conservative, you are risk averse, and you need the money that is in this account for in next 4 to 6 months, then they would give you very conservative option trading privileges. They might give you just covered calls or cash secured put, because that's your investment objective. Then they want to make sure that they can help you in achieving your investment objective. So understand what you want to do and then answer these questions, because your answers to these questions will determine what type of option privileges are enabled for your account. Now, what are some of the tips or suggestions to get a higher level approval? First, when you're filling the form, just call up 1-800 number of your brokerage firm and ask to talk to an account opening executive. Now, someone who's working in account opening department. Don't talk to the general customer care. Ask for someone from an account opening department. Okay. Ask them the questions on what you see in the form, and idea is that you can give them enough confidence so that they understand you know what you are doing. Broker firms would want you to get higher level of approval, but they want to make sure that before they give you that approval, you are actually capable of handling that higher level of approval. It's like giving a race car to someone, but they want to make sure that you know how to drive. So that is why brokerage firm, they will ask you these questions. Some firms, if you can demonstrate to the person that you know what you're doing, you can talk intelligently about options. You can talk intelligently about portfolio management. In that case, even if you have not had any option trading experience, they may be willing to give you a little higher level. You could share with them what's the trading methodology that you're going to use, why you're going to use that trading methodology. Many of these brokerage firms, they have option trading courses on their website. You can give them a proof that you have gone through those trading courses on options on their website. Or if you have had any training outside from that broker houses, maybe you did a certificate course in option trading, or you had uh, did some online course with some of the other uh, education firms. Give them the proof to so that they are convinced that you know about options trading. Like I said, broker is covering on your behalf, so they want to be really confident that you do know options, you understand the risk that comes with the options, and you will not be putting your account in jeopardy, and hence putting them on hook for any of the risks that you take. If you could also ask them if you could give them a letter releasing them of any liability and taking complete responsibility of what's happening with your account. That may work. I don't know, I've not tried it, but it could be possible. Okay. So try some of these things and push them to give you a higher level of approval, at least level 3 approval, because I think that's a basic minimum you should have to start making some money in option trading account. Okay. That really enhances the probability of making money in options trading. Okay. Now you've done all that, but they're not giving you level 3 and you're stuck with level 1 or level 2. Don't worry, there's still light ahead of us. So you start with whatever level is approved for you. Say you're approved for level 1, which is covered call. Buy a stock, or if you already are a customer of that brokerage houses, you might have a stock on your portfolio already. Go and start selling covered calls on it. Just sell covered call for a month and call them up again after a month and ask them for higher privilege, because now you have demonstrated to them that you have done some covered call, you got some option trading experience. Start small. Don't do 10 contracts. Start small, start across multiple ticker symbols, which will give them confidence that you know how to manage risk. You're not putting all eggs in one basket. You are taking smaller positions across different sectors. So that gives them the confidence that you know what you're doing. Now they have some history of trades, different types of trades, which will give them confidence that yes, you gain some experience. Call them up, insist on upgrading your option trading privileges. Doesn't happen in 1 month, roll your trades to next month. Do the same thing, call them again. In the meantime, keep learning about options, keep visiting OptionGig, keep listening to my podcast or on my YouTube channels, and sound more intelligent every time when you call them. And then I'm sure that brokerage firms will allow higher option trading privileges because they want you to go higher, just that they want to cover their bases. There is no money in stock trading for brokerage houses anyway. There is zero commissions. All brokerage houses are now charging $0 if you're trading just stocks. But they still charge. There are commissions for options trading. So it is in the benefit of brokerage houses that you as a customer start to trade options and trade more and more options with them, because that's one avenue which is still making money for them. But they also want to make sure that they are protected from any undue risk that you might take because you don't have that experience of trading options. Okay. So this can be resolved after you start doing some trades. Call them up, talk to account executive, give them enough confidence that you know what you're doing, you sound intelligent, talk to them about your trading plan, about how you would want to manage your portfolio, how you would want to do trades, what type of trades you want to do, and I'm sure they will oblige and you will get the privilege, the option trading level that you are looking for. All right, that's all I wanted to cover in this episode. I hope this will help you when you are going to talk to the account executive, or when you're about to open or enable your existing account for options trading. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email to me at optiongig@gmail.com, and I'll be very happy to help you in your journey of option trading. For more educational videos or for following my trades, you can go to my website www.optiongig.com, and there's a lot of content freely available for anyone, and I hope you will find that useful. And if you do leave me a feedback on YouTube channel or on a podcast platform of your choice, wherever you are listening. All right, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.